I was originally trained as a probabilist. After 7 years working as probabilist, I decided it wasn't my thing. And with an optimism of youth, decided to go into consulting. And we began growing trees all over the place for air pollution studies, for classification of toxic compounds and so on. Everything we did, we put in for the contract, the RFP, we're going to use trees. Okay, so by this time I was getting pretty overwhelmed with consulting work. And so I suggested bring Chuck Stone, who was a probabilist at that time at UCLA, on board. So Chuck came on board, and I think it was for about 2 years we had a very exciting interchange, because Chuck became really intrigued with this tree idea, and it's wonderful, another probabilist who sees the use of trees. And so we wrote tech reports back and forth and so on. And then we were working on this problem of how do you know when to stop splitting a node? And that was we tried all sorts of things, and we found nothing was satisfactory. And finally, we found a solution that really worked. And that was the idea of growing the tree out to its full size and using optimal pruning and cross-validation to get the best pruned subtree. And we wrote a tech report on that. But I want to say now publicly, Chuck, to give credit when credit was due, most of the ideas in that tech report were due to Chuck. Then in 1976, I went into an interface meeting in Los Angeles, and there was this bushy-haired guy talking about recursive partitioning. And I said to myself, by God, he's talking trees. And sure enough, that was Jerry Freidman giving his talk. Okay, so we're all working together, and then Jerry and I and Chuck began talking about collaborative effort to really flesh out tree structured. And at that point, we thought of Richard Olshen, who's a friend of Chuck's, who had also worked with Jerry on analyzing medical data using trees, and we thought he would be the perfect fourth person for our combine, so BFOS was born. I want to say in closing that in retrospect, it's interesting to me looking back that CART was born very much outside of the mainstream of statistics. First by Jerry, a high-energy particle physicist responsible for data analysis at SLAC, and myself, a fallen-away probabilist and consultant. What we have in common was the goal of using data to solve problems. Later came Chuck, another probabilist, and Richard, a biostatistician with a focus of using innovative methods to analyze medical data. Thank you.